In today's video, we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful baby wear. If this is what you're interested to learn how to do, please stay tuned. Now, for this dress, I'm going to be making the same dress for three different babies. Two of them are of the same measurement, okay, and I have 3 yards for this whole piece. So I folded into two, okay, leaving up 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance. You can actually leave 1 yard for your zipper allowance. So this is me trying to cut out the half length of this dress, okay. So I'm just trying to cut out the excesses for the half length of this dress. Just follow me. We're going to be sewing one of the dresses and it's going to be here before you, okay. And if you have any question, please feel free to leave your question in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video, give me a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend this video to other people as well. Okay, so back to the video. I have already cut out the half length of this dress, okay. So I have 11 inches for the half length. You can see where I cut it out, and then I folded into two, then into another two. That means I have 4 folds. That's 4 different pieces, okay, in 2 folds, okay. So this is the way I folded it, and I left about, I'm just trying to trim out the excesses from the 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance. You can actually use 1 inch, okay. So this is what I'm doing, and then at that point I just hope that you see it clearly, but you're going to be seeing the points that I'm going to be taking my measurement from. At this point, this is where the front part of this dress is, and this is how I folded it from, okay. This is the point where I folded it, and you can see I just marked 2.5 inches for my neck width and 3 inches for my neck depth. You can actually use 2.5, okay. So 2.5 inches for the neck width and 2.5 inches for the neck depth, okay. Now for the back neck, I just used 2 inches. You can actually use 1 inch, or you can even vary, okay, because it's the back of a baby wear. So for the shoulder, I marked at 5 inches, and then I came down by 1/2 inch for my shoulder slant. And then after my shoulder slant, from that point I will take in my measurement to mark out my armhole measurement, okay. Now this dress is for a child of about 4 years, okay, 4 years, and this is the measurement I'm using for them. So I think you can still use the same measurement for a child of 3 years, 4 years, thereabouts, okay. So at this point I will going ahead to mark the, children don't have bust, or the chest area rather. So I just marked that 7 inches. This is plus my sewing allowance. I didn't just mark 7 inches, and you can see that I just maintained 7 inches up and down, because you can see that instead of the shape of a child to go in like an adult, the children do not have curvy body, okay. Even say some of them have big tummy, okay. You can see that some children, their waist area is even bigger than their chest area, okay. So at that point, what do? You just maintain the same, or even add more to the waist area. So I'm just cutting out the necessary parts that need to be cut out. I cut out the back neck, then I lifted up and then cut out the front neck, okay. Now this is it. This is for my upper part. So I'll go ahead and mark 2.5 inches for my dart, okay. This is the measurement I'm using to mark the dart of this baby wear. So I'll actually go ahead and then show you the lower part of this dress. So to cut the lower part of this dress, okay, because the material or the fabric is wild, I'm just going to fold into two, or into an and then into another two. This is just to reduce the volume of the material, okay, and so that it can be very visible in this video, okay. So I just went ahead and marked the length of this particular the lower part of this gown. Okay, now you can vary with yours, wherever be the, you take your child's measurement. Christmas is coming soon, so the earlier the better. You can start sewing them and keeping them and piling them against that particular occasion. Okay, and even at that, you mustn't wait for Christmas to let your child have a beautiful way. Okay, so this is me trying to mark out the lower end of this dress. Okay, so I marked at 15 inches. So this will mean that 11 plus 15, at the end of the day, I'll have 26 inches. So please, whenever you're doing it, calculate it like that. Add your lower part to the upper part. Now this lower part is going to have gathers. Okay, so I'll be gathering that lower part after cutting out my lining. Now don't forget, at the beginning of this video that I told you that I'll be using this particular dress to cut out the same thing for another piece. So this is me just cutting out another piece of the same measurements. Okay, so I'm just cutting it out, and that's all. So practically I'll just cut out the lining for each of them. All right, and then show you. Please don't get confused. What I just traced out is another baby wear. Okay, another baby, because I want to have two baby wears. Okay, so this is the lining for the lower end of this gown. Okay, and then this is the main lower end of the gown. I will be placing the lining at the back of the gown, just as seen or as shown, and then I will gather it with my machine. Okay, very easily, and the gown comes out very beautiful. It comes out beautifully. Okay, so this is me with the upper part of my dress. I'm going to quickly stitch round the neck area. Okay, and then flip it to the back and put my dart. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing for all the pieces that I have here, both the back, the front, all the pieces. And then I'm going to show you. Okay, and don't forget to gather the lower end. Now this is it. I have already stitched up the neck area and I turned it out, and this is the pieces, the right hand and the left hand. This is for the back. Okay, these two pieces that you're seeing here now, they are for the back. So I'll quickly fix my zipper. Okay, I will not join it yet until I've fixed my zipper. So quickly fix your zipper before you join the shoulders. Okay, it's not a sleeveless gown, so I don't need to stitch up the sleeve area. So I quickly stitched and added and stitched my zipper so you can see it. I'm going to be teaching you the secret, or a very simple tip to use that you can use to sew a gathered gown, both for an adult and for a young person. Okay, so I'll quickly go ahead and then join my shoulder at this point, and then join the two areas. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. All right, thank you. So I'll quickly join these two areas that I'm saying with my body measurement. Okay, you can start from the midpoint. Okay, and mark your body measurement. What do I mean by the midpoint? Is that point where I'm feeling my zipper. Okay, I'm touching the zipper that is at the back, and that's considered the midpoint. That's the middle point. So from that end, I will measure right from this end down to the end, or the other end of this gown. You can see it, and this is me taking my measurements. Okay, you can see that what I'm working with is 5.5. Okay, you can actually measure your child or the child that you want to sew for, and then pin it out. And this is very simple. Okay, so I'm just stitching it up. Now that aside, for the sleeve, I'm going to be folding into two, then into another two, just like we did at the beginning of this video. And cutting a sleeve is very simple. All you have to do is to determine how long you want the sleeve to be, and don't forget that this is a baby wear. Okay, you don't even expect, or except on special occasions, children wear long sleeve, but this is not what we're doing today. So you can see I folded into two, then into another two. You can see the way it is. Okay, so I'll quickly mark the length of the sleeve that I want. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, so I have this at 6 inches. I'll just add a bit because 6 inches may be too small, because when I remove half inches for joining and half inch at the end, that will mean I will have 5 inches. So I just added 2 more inches. That's 7 inches. You can see, or 7.5 rather. Okay, because the end I'm not considering it, and at that point I just came down by 3 inches and then I just sloped. That is very easy. Okay, so I just sloped from this end that I marked 7 inches, sloped to 3 inches, and that's just it. Now I'm not reducing this lower end because I want it to be a gathers. Okay, so I still maintain my 7.5 by the side, and look at it, I've already cut it out. I will still cut out my lining like this. Very simple. Okay, and then I'm going to be stitching up this upper end with a gathers, and then the lower end I will not gather anything. I'll just put an elastic, and I will show you how. Please be attentive. There is no hard thing to this dress. Okay, so I'll be pleating this side. Okay, I'll just pleat that side easily, and this is it. Okay, so I have already pleated it, and then I'll run my thread across. You know, I stitched up the lower end. After running my thread, that's forming somewhere that my elastic can pass through. I'm going to be using this elastic now and pass it through the lower end of the sleeve. Okay, and I want to do it before you, so please just watch me and follow me as I do this. So at this point I'll just pin the ends. Okay, and I want to ensure that this will be enough for my child's hands to pass through. Okay, so if it's not enough for the child's hand, please ensure that you do it or adjust it so it's enough, and when you're done, quickly join the sleeve to the dress. Okay, and this, you can see how the sleeve looks. It's very easy. You can see we did it together. But if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. Okay, so I'll quickly join the sleeve. Okay, and then I will join the lower end, because in this lower end I'm going to be teaching you how to join from one end of the zipper. You can see where I pointed now, round to the other end. Okay, so just stay tuned and glued so you understand it. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to be taking one end of this gathered gown, or this gathered lower end. Now I'm going to be placing it as one end of the upper area, just as shown, and then I'm going to be sewing round, all the way round, and I'm going to be meeting the other end, okay, of this gown. Please, before you sew it, ensure that you use your hand to go round, so you ensure that it's not too much or too short, so that you don't just sew verbatim and then lose again. I hope this is very clear. Okay, so I quickly stitched mine. Okay, and this is where I have it now. The two open ends are here. Now I'm going to show you how to simply do this. You can see where my hand is now. This is the junction where the joining is going to show. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pin that area just as shown. I'll pin it to the end where I want my zipper to end. Okay, so this is me pinning it. Then I'll pin the rest of the gown. I'm going to sew on this area down. Okay, you can see where I just pointed. Now I'm going to sew it down. So consider that place is sewn. Okay, because you need to sew from that point you want your zipper to end down, okay, to lock it. Okay, now after that I'm going to be placing my zipper very well and using pins to guide my zipper. Okay, and then I'll place it all the way down. Just do this thing as I'm showing you. your gathers will come out very fine and neat. You don't even need to have two joinings beside each other. Okay, so this is it. I'll just stitch it round down, and this is how it came out. You can see that it's very fine, and that is practically all. Okay, and I forgot to tell you that I just decided to add a belt to this dress. So thank you so much for watching up to this end. I really appreciate that you stay tuned to Luxury Designs. I really do appreciate. Bye.